Alright, YouTube. Drizit back again for another episode of DSP. Well, last time I promised you we would be looking at the Forge world that I would be working on in the off time. And I actually meant to check the number of hours that we had on the save from the last video, but I kind of forgot to do that. Suffice it to say, we're at 102 now, so you guys can check the previous video. Let me know in the comments how long I've been working on this. It's been a minute. Um, I went around this entire planet. I think we covered that in the last episode, actually, and we belted up absolutely everything. Then, well, then we got to building. And, so, we needed some more graphene. Just a little. And then, we also needed, well, a little bit more of everything. Um, we did some manufacturing here because the stuff was here and because I decided I was originally going to do it on another planet, but I decided to screw it, just do it here. We've got more motors, more green motors, more gears, uh, more magnetic rings. Then we've got smelting, we've got diamonds, we've got glass, I think it is. I think that's glass. Yeah, glass. Um, Sulfuric acid. Uh, the pink barbells. What the heck are they called? Particle containers. We also went for the super magnetic rings. Um, and then let's fly over here. Yeah, there's a couple of drones flying around on this planet. Just one or two. We've got lots of iron plates going here. Um, we've got silicon crystals. We've got stone. We've got more stone. We've got come on, brain. My brain stopped working. This stuff, graphite. There we go. The stuff you put in your pencils. Um, we've got the titanium alloy. Lots of titanium alloy. Um, and the stuff that was done in the chemical plants, I just did bands like all the way around. Because, yeah, why not? Need lots of sulfuric acid for all that titanium alloy, right? None of this is actually built to scale per se. It's actually all built to belt. It is what is the maximum I can put on a belt of the particular thing that I'm running. Um, or it's built with the smelting, it's just built to a size. Steel, titanium, lots of titanium, copper. Um, and we could just fly around here, and if we say, hey, look, these belts are empty. I guess we need to do more. We can just drop down another unit of that. What do we got here? We've got magnetic rings. So you can see the magnetic rings are not full. So maybe we need to do another set of magnetic rings. We can throw down another set fairly quickly and easily. We've got basically a standard template that we do for each type of thing, depending on how many in and how many out. Let's see, lots of silicone, more iron plates. It's, and then lots of things being vacuumed up into towers. Hello, Noir. Yes, the cat has woken up because I'm talking. See, yeah, we needed more magnetic rings, so I threw down more magnetic rings. Maybe we need more. Oop, wrong way. Do. Apparently I built that one backwards. That's okay. So yeah, the throughput's not fantastic. What's the problem here? Okay, so we don't have enough iron. I mean, to up that production, we're going to need to leave the solar system. And the reason I say that is because I've taken all the iron in the solar system and put it into towers. And even if it was being used elsewhere, I've put the excess that the miners can create into towers. So, yeah, there's very little backlog of anything. Um, And every tower is storing 10,000 of everything it can get its hands on. Same with all this stuff. And our power usage here, we still got lots. We still got lots of capacity. So for the next thing we need to do, because we need to leave this solar system. So the next thing we need is warpers. And in order to get warpers, we need lenses. And in order to get lenses, we need, strange matter. And in order to get strange matter, we need particle colliders. Well, it just so happens that we can do that. So I think we've got tons of power on this planet, but I don't necessarily want to use up all the real estate on the particle colliders because they're quite large. So maybe what we'll do, and this is a cool feature that I found. Oh yeah, there's a couple of ships flying around, one or two. Cool feature that they seem to have just implemented, or I just noticed, one or the other. You can set an indicator before you jump off into space, and it will tell you where to go for the planet you're going to. So no more like hunting around, which I kind of like. That like you get into space and then you're looking around going, okay, where's the planet I wanted to go to? Well, you don't need to do that anymore. You can just turn the indicator on and jump into space and you'll be pointing in the right spot. It's a fantastic idea. Okay. So here, like I say, we left things largely alone. All the production that was here is still here. But I've added stuff to just, any excess that the mines can produce, toss it in the tower, send it away. And also bring stuff in to keep these topped up, so that way when their mines eventually die out, our interstellar production will keep all of these production lines running. So, by and large, that should keep us working. Noir, don't walk on the keyboard, kid. You can't. You're cute. But you can't. Here, go sit on your chair. You have your own chair with a sheepskin on it. Go lie there. She's cute. She's adorable. But, okay. Now, so on this planet, again, I've just belted everything I could find into towers. If you happen to notice a couple of titanium mines that didn't get belted into towers, I know. I didn't forget. I just didn't feel like it. So, let's see here. This would be the pole, I think. Or the equator. One or the other. Nope, the pole. So, I think what we'll do, first thing we'll do, is we'll land, so we're not using quite as much energy, even though we have tons. I mean, building all of that, I refueled once, and I wasn't empty. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to throw down a tower. Yeah, I've got a couple in inventory. Yeah. We're going to throw down a tower here. And then we're going to throw down... Did I bring power plants with me? Nope. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do... Wait. Before I do that, I think I may have brought power plants. Why will that not go away? I think I may have brought power plants into the other part of this system. The other part of this planet. Nope, maybe not. Okay. Good, that's fine. So we will just request some mini fusion power plants, because we do not have the juice for what I want to do here. We don't need 1,000 of them. The minimum we can request will be fine. Remote demand. Cool. Now, the next thing we're going to need is we're going to need some of these. Again, not 1,000, the minimum we can demand. And we'll bring those in from the home planet as well. And this is just going to be kind of our Sky Mall. So that way we don't have to worry about what we're going to bring in from where. You know what? I think I have. I think I already have belts on this planet. Do I already have belts? Nope. Okay. So we will bring in belts as well, because we all know we're going to need more belts. And I tend to find that I just bring in 3,000 because that tends to be the number that I'm grabbing these days. And some sorters. 500's good. Okay. And then I suppose we could throw some ships in here to help speed things along, because it doesn't seem to want to get those. God, I hope there's no production problems. If there's a production problem, we're in trouble. Okay. There we go. Now the belts are coming in. And the other thing we should bring in here is Deuterium fuel rods. And 2,500 should be... That should be good. Remote demand. Okay. So that'll keep us going for a moment. Now before I take those, turn off the demand, because I don't want them to refill. Yeah, I've got lots. I'm not going to deploy more than 100 of them here. So let's come down here, about the same level we did on the last planet. And we'll just throw these things down. Power? No, these ones. Okay. Now, we're not going to use that line. We're not going to use that meridian because it's got all the windmills on it, and I don't want to delete them all. Let's see here. Well, you know what? This will work. Yeah, that'll be fine. Because what we can do here, we'll make sure. That's what we'll do. Okay. We'll bring it down. And we'll bring it down. And we'll bring it down. There. Okay. And then we'll throw an inserter on it. Good. That can grab from there. Perfect. Okay. Now, we'll toss another one of these right there. And we'll make sure the inserter goes across. Yes, it does. And now, we copy that, go to our place, we hold Alt, and we run it around a bit. So I guess we're gonna need... My angle isn't great for this. There we go. We're gonna need to delete some windmills, which is fine. I don't mind. As long as I don't delete them all, you know? Delete that. We'll probably need to delete that. And we'll copy there. For some reason, whenever you go on top of a menu, it drops the copy operation. I haven't quite figured out why. Is that the right spot? I think that's the right spot. No. maybe it is. Okay. Yeah, I think that... See? Whenever I go to move the mouse back, after having, like, you know, picked it up and moved it over, I tend to lose the copy. Come here. Grab on. I think we can only get one more in there, yeah. Okay. That's fine. And then this one... we'll put there. I know we're breaking the prime directive and copying across a fault line, but you know, that's life with trying not to waste planet space. Every now and then you've got to break the rules. Okay, and we hit the Alt key. See how far around we can go in one hit before it starts trying to go straight across. Yeah, see, it reverses direction every now and then. That's fine. I guess when it becomes shorter to go around, to go across rather than go around. Whatever. Basically, I think until we get a lot more, like until we get some Dyson Sphere energy going, this is probably going to be our go-to solution for powering high draw planets. And then once we've got a Dyson Sphere going, we can start doing charged particles. And also we can start doing... come on, brain. Nope. Apparently I screwed up the belt. We can start doing, there we go. Now we're energizing. We can start doing the suns later on, but we can also start doing the collectors. Oh, what's going on? We did shift the belt, the circle. Dang it. Do I care? I don't know if I care. I guess I probably care. I don't want... Yeah, this is the new mass dismantle, the linked one. It's cool, but I don't think I want to dismantle quite that many. So... But we can do this. You know, mistakes happen. Right. Let's try that once more with feeling. Okay. Let's go back where we can see the line, and then maybe that'll help stop us from messing it up. Yeah, that's correct. I think. Is that going and feeding all the way around? Yes, it is. Okay, we didn't break it that time. Good. Okay. So this one, we drop here. I should really keep track of how many this is when I do this on a planet, so that way I've got some idea for the next planet of exactly how many I'm going to need. Because then I can really just bring the leftovers from the last planet if there's enough. Because otherwise we're basically storing a lot of these in various towers throughout the game. Okay. I think we've got it this time. and they're lighting up. I think we're in business. Is there room for one more? No. Okay, that's fine. They seem to be active now. Yeah, we got the whole ring. Cool. Alright, now we have tons of power. The good thing about this this type of power, though, is it's actually not using the fuel rods any faster than we actually need to. So I kind of like that. Alright. Now then. If we were to then take these. Now, so this is going to be the interesting part. Okay, so we'll take a few hundred of these to start with, and we'll take, well, I don't know. Let's see if we can lay down 100 of them. I don't know what that's going to involve. I don't even know what the recipe is on this stuff, so we'll have to see. I know we're going to need to bring it in on towers. I know that much. Do we want to go to the equator? Because that's where we get the most build area. These things are big. Or do we want to just wrap them around the planet? You know what? Let's look at the recipe, and then we'll decide. Let's do that. That makes the most sense. Okay. So, our recipe for strange matter is 10 Deuteron. We're only going to be able to get 3 of the, well, no, sorry, it's 10 Deuteron every 8 seconds. So, you know what? Why don't I do this the smart way? And I'm going to bring up the calculator. I can't remember my hotkey for that. I set one. Is this it? No. It's been so long that I can't remember the hotkey. Hold on. What are my settings here? Hotkeys. There we go. Now you can see what I'm seeing. Okay. So, if we look at strange matter, oh, there it is. Okay. And we just assume we've got everything up to here. We've got lots of that. We're probably going to have to set up more fractionators for more deuteron, but that's okay. I don't have a problem with that. We've got hydrogen aplenty. So we can set up more fractionators on this planet even. We've got our particle containers already made on the other planet, so let's look here. Okay. So, if we want to, say, 1 belt, oh boy, 1 belt of deuteron. There we go. So 1 belt of deuteron gets us 24 factories. Okay. And there is 3 items. So we've got the iron, the particle containers, and the deuteron. Alright. Now. Okay, that's no big deal. Now, how about, let's see here. What are our options for inputs on these towers? It's 3 on each side. Because we need 3 inputs and 1 output. That doesn't help. I was really hoping to spin them the other way, but we're going to have to lay them down this way. That's unfortunate. Okay. Whatever. Is what it is. Because we're going to need to make our output belt down one side of them and our input belts on the other side. Now we could share... We could stagger them and share input belts except for the input and output belts. That could be interesting. Let's look at that. Come here. Okay. Show me the grid. Let's go over here where I can see the grid better. Okay. So let's look at this grid here. So if we wanted one output belt there, and this, by the way, is how I figured out all of the stuff on the Forge world, is I basically built small like this, and then we've got an input, an output, and an input, and then we take one of these and we stagger by, you know what, let's put the inserters on because it'll make it easier to see what's going on. Okay, so we'll go here, here, and here. And then we take this and we put it here. Right there. I don't think so. I think, no, we're dead lined up. Nope, nope, nope. Back to regular delete, please. I don't want to delete the whole area. Okay, so if we go there, I know it's not as pretty as being lined up, but I don't like to use up the extra space for extra belts for no reason, right? So we go there, we go there, and we go there. And then we have one more belt here. We can't get two in this zone. Okay. So how many squares is that? Oh, we're crossing a we're crossing a fault line here. Why didn't I see that fault line? Okay, so we can get, basically it looks like we can get one in this, two in this fault line here. So it's going to take 3 squares. And this one's only 5 squares, so we can't get 2 sets there. So let's do them in this fault line. Okay. Now, I think the way we're going to deal with this is, yeah, there's not a lot of strange matter. We may need a tower just for Deuterium, but we'll see. We can always place an auxiliary tower just for Deuterium. Now, because I haven't set up my power poles, it's a little harder to see what's going on in this this area. Let's look at it here. Also, the fact that the hills are kind of covering things makes it a bit weird. Okay, so this is a 3, so yeah, that I mean, that puts us basically centered. Okay. So now, on this one, we're going to bring in Deuterium. We are going to bring in iron plates, and we're going to bring in, where'd they go? There we go, particle containers. And we can bring out strange matter, I think. Yeah, let's bring out strange matter. We'll try that. We'll see how that plays. Okay. So now we're going to have a line out of iron plates and a line out of hey, come here. And then a line in of strange matter. And then we will drop our buildings. Let's extend those lines a little bit though, because we're gonna extend them all the way around the planet. Or at least far enough to put 24 of those factories in. Because that's what we can fit on one belt for the Deuterium. Which is still going to be pretty long at this point. Okay, now, particle colliders. Let's squeeze that in as close as we can. forward here. Okay. And then we're going to need more belts. And for this, we want Deuterium. And that's going that way. And this one will be Deuterium. Nope. Come here. Nope. Stop it. And that'll be going that way. And we fit within our zone. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. So now we throw some inserters on here. No. Yeah, no. I had it right the first time. That's it. And then this one is in there, out to the middle, and in there. And then this one is in, out, and in, and another in there. And then we'll figure out power poles after, because, well, because hopefully they fit. You know, I should probably lay down an extra factory and make sure that they fit before I go and lay down the entire ring. The hitbox is weird on these things. Okay, yeah. We can easily fit a power pole in between them. Perfect. What about on the outer ring? Okay. Are those? They're not keeping their same pattern. Well, we may run into conflicts. We'll see. Well, we can't put them in between, but we can put them around the outside. That'll be just fine. Okay, so let's extend our belts. Because as you can see, we're going long distance here. We're going to be, you know, halfway around the world kind of thing. If not all the way. I think the longest part of this might be watching the drones rebuild the belts, honestly. Come here. I really wish when you were over top of another belt that's going exactly the same direction, it would just be like, okay, well, you probably don't want that there, so let's just overwrite it. You know? Okay, come here. Okay, let's start with exactly 180 degrees around the planet. Oh, lack of item. Remember when I brought in an extra 3,000 belts? Well, here's why. We're going to use them. Particularly when we go and do like a complete loop around the planet of fractionators as well. Or as many as will fit. Because we toss those into our automated building makers for the mall. So that way we can have them. I haven't done any of the solar sail stuff yet. I just screwed up that belt. I haven't done any of the solar sail stuff yet because I figured it was, considering we're not making solar sails yet, it's kind of lower priority. And I know this is weird to be 100 hours in, not having started any solar sails or anything, but it's just the way I'm playing. So far, it's working for me. We'll see. But basically, because I've started, you know, putting everything at a large industrial scale, we need to start collecting up some large industrial amounts of stuff, of resources. And until we do that, we could, you know, we run the risk of running out of things. I mean, we've got hydrogen that we can pull from the plant, the gas giant, restart power, but, you know, if we don't have resources to build buildings and stuff, then we're stuck, what, mining the stuff to get it by hand until we can get enough to restart things? No thanks. I mean, we could certainly run around our worlds here and pick up enough extra miners and things like that if we run out to sort of restart mining, but I don't really want to go there. I really don't. I would much rather just get outside the solar system now, find somewhere that's got some resources we want, and get this ball rolling. But because I'm building everything at a fairly... colliding? What are you colliding with? That's weird. Huh? Okay. Whatever. I'll go with it. Whatever. Now how many are we at for a quarter of the planet? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we want 24. We may not even fit 24 on the planet at this point. That's okay. No, I guess we will. I guess we'll have just enough to fit 24. Yeah, we're getting 9 per quarter planet. So, I mean, hey, at least the math is easy. Let's lay down the belts so the drones can get that going. Because we just have one more quarter of the planet to do. Can you imagine the energy spike when all of these fire up? Oh boy. We're going to be demanding a bit of power. Because these things are hungry. Honestly, I hope we have enough power. I didn't do the math on that. 291 megawatts for one belt of them, and we're doing 2. Yeah, it's gonna be a thing. I'll go away. We may need to put those windmills back. We may need every little bit we can get our hands on. Okay. We'll let the drones do that while we go back over here and start the second row. Oh, and we're probably going to need a little landfill there. Okay. Now, if you've noticed, I did not pave the Forge World. Just for fun, I left it unpaved. Partly because it had 100% build area, so it wasn't really a problem, but I thought it was, you know, trying to be different on each one. Okay, so how many are we getting on the outside ring? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 per quarter. Okay. So we got to be cognizant of that, otherwise we'll be burning power to run these things for no reason. Because they won't be actually doing anything. Oh, we got a conflict there, so we'll have to readjust. Remember how I said they weren't quite lining up exactly the same on each one? Well, that's it. That's where the conflict happened. Because we can, yeah. So it goes. We'll skip a gap. That's okay. Technically, we could redo the inserters on that, but honestly, we've got enough space at this point that we're okay. Okay, so we had 10 on the first section, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 on this section. So we're up to 21 for the outside ring. let's continue with the inside ring, because I don't want to cause problems for it. Oh, and we gotta wait for these to be built. Gotta wait for those belts to finish. Oh, you know what? I have been building this with the... Sorry, guys. Boy, did I screw that up for you. I've been building this with the calculator over top of everything. I guess that's why KOS has the macro to take it off when she forgets. I was hoping that I wouldn't forget, but I did. Yeah, so you've just been staring at the calculator while I make these. Sorry. We'll try to not have it happen again. Okay, and one more on this row. So that's gonna go. Right there. We have all the belts we need for it? Yes, we do. Okay. And then this row, if my math is correct, we only need a couple more. We only need 3 more. Okay. Now, it's amazing the difference with when the grids start expanding out near the pole. That's the same number. And they're in the same area. Same fault zone. It's very weird. Okay. So, maybe we should just go into God mode for these. I think we're going to need basically a power pole for every machine, every other machine. Are you kidding? I forgot to set the recipe. Oh, you guys have been screaming at me the whole time. Drizit, what are you doing? You didn't set the recipe, haven't you? Well, I guess we're going to have to go and do that. Not going to take all these up now. Oh well, so it goes. That's life. Putting power poles in this close to the pole is also a bit odd. The God mode's not shifting me between them properly. But that's okay. That's okay. That's less of a problem than not having set the recipe on all of these. Every single one. Sigh. Okay, there we go. Now, we're going to need a power pole. Ruh-roh. Are we going to need a power pole on every single one because we can't put them on the inside? I think we are. Let's see here. Yep. Okay. More power poles. No big deal. No big deal. We'll place them around the outside first so that the God mode works for us. Because that seems to be playing nice, going around the outside, at least somewhat. It's closer. It's closer than some of the other options, right? It's closer than the other option of doing it by hand. Okay. Now, while the drones go and get those, let's go around here and see what we've got to do. One there. One there. One there. Oh, that's interesting. They're too far apart to join. So we really do need one at every junction, because they won't join otherwise. Okay. That's fine. You know what? We got lots of power poles. That's fine. Okay. Nope. One more dead spot. Okay. Are we good? No more flashing yellow? Cool. Okay. Now then. We need... What have we got here? We need to set the recipe. That's what we need to do. Strange matter. And we need to paste the recipe all over the place and keep walking while we do it, because you can only paste so far away. Oop, close. At least I've got this right mouse button walk, so I keep my fingers on the paste button on the keyboard while walking. Beats the hell out of having to switch sides of the keyboard all the time, because remember, the paste button is on the right side of the keyboard unless you remap it. It's the greater than, less than are the keys. Less than is copy and greater than is paste. There we go. Okay, that's all the way around. Now we just need to... Wait, no, our strange matter is going back into the tower already. We're good. Okay. So, we just need to change these to remote demand. I think 5,000's probably good. Let's go 5,000. And the same with this. We don't need a ton of that. The Deuterium, though, we're going to get it all. All of it. Okay. That should start coming in. And then we should start seeing some action. You know what? We should put some ships in here, right? That would probably help the process. Are we getting any of this stuff local? No, we're not. We don't really need local ships. I guess we're supplying it, and I was thinking of building on this planet, so let's just do that. That's fine. Yeah. Now we wait for the ships to show up. While we're here, let's put back... So how many of these did we have left? We had 40 left, so it takes 60 to build one of these rings. Cool. Oh, we got some ships coming in. What do we got? What's coming out? What's coming out? We got iron, and we got particle containers. Come on, Deuterium. So those were coming from the third planet, or fourth planet. We're on the third planet, but the Deuterium is going to be coming from a combination of the gas giant and our home planet. So I guess it's a little further away. Let's see. Oh, is that coming for us? Nope, that's somewhere else on the planet. That's going somewhere else. Oh, what's that? That's a suspicious color. That's us. That's probably our Deuterium. Is that our Deuterium? Or Deuterium? Deuterium. Yeah. Nope, that wasn't it. Maybe this is it? Come on. That's the stuff. Alright. We're sparking up some machines. And we'll see if one tower is enough. If 10 ships is not enough to keep the Deuterium flowing for the whole array, once things start, going and they get their initial load in, then we can drop another tower here and run belts for the Deuterium straight into this tower to keep it fed. We'll just drop another one right behind it. And if we need to, we'll drop another one right above it. Whatever it takes. Now, while that's going and getting running, so we are getting some strange matter now. We got 76, 78 of them already. Awesome. That's going to keep us going for a bit. The next thing that I want to do is I want to make sure that we have enough deuterium to keep that going. So, the next thing will be fractionators. Oh my, we've got a whole bunch of these extra. Okay, so the thing that I tend to do here is I turn those into a supply once I've got more than I want. And we turn the demand down to 0. Because that way they'll supply, hopefully, the next project. So I think that's enough strange matter for right now. We could build more later. We could build another ring on the next layer down. I'm going to leave that alone in case we want to. We could even drop another tower and build a quarter, but we're only getting an extra quarter of the world here. So the next thing that I want to do is, let's see here. Can you be helpful for me? Nope, you're full up. You've got everything on you. How about you? Do you have an empty spot? You have an empty spot. Which I could use temporarily. Eventually, most of these are also going to want to get warpers brought into them. But maybe not all. Fractionators. We're going to want... let's start with 100 and see where that gets us. Remote demand. Okay, apparently we're getting 500. Because the minimum load of vessels is 100%. Of course it is. 10%. Once we get them and we turn it off, we'll set that back to 100. And we'll bring that up. And we'll bring that up so the charge can keep up. I notice the charge is starting to drop on this tower. What this does is really, it's just how much can the tower draw to recharge. It's not a total, like it's not a static number. It's just while it's charging. So personally, I've been cranking this to maximum on every tower. So that way, particularly once you've got warpers and stuff going, the power demands on the tower are going to be pretty heavy. And particularly a busy tower like this, it's got all 10 ships out and almost all of its drones out all the time. The amount of power available to it can start dropping. So for that, I've been just... for that I've just been cranking it up, because essentially it's a temporary draw. Once it hits max, that's it, it stops. So, like, again, this one's not as busy of a tower, but if you do that, it doesn't change. Once you've got full here, it doesn't change the amount of draw it's got, right? 60 kilowatts. 60 kilowatts. So, it's just how much it draws while it's charging. And it determines how fast it can charge. Ooh, I forgot to do it there. Yeah. We got 500 strange matter already. We are going to be in great shape for lens production. How are we doing on deuterium? So we're still having a hard time keeping up with the deuterium flow. Are we still loading up towers, though? Or have we done the whole thing? Nope, we have not. We still do not have deuterium flowing all the way around the belt. So these guys still aren't even full. So I think we just have not gotten enough to even start up the whole shebang. Map. Let's go and check that. What are you short on? Product stacking. Huh? Why is the product... Did I turn the belt around somewhere? Yep, right there I broke the belt. Let's see, did I just not connect it properly, or did I draw it backwards? I just didn't connect it properly. Oh, good. Maybe that was the problem? We're getting Deuterium all the way down there. Now, let's break that belt there. Because nothing says we won't ever use that belt, so I'll leave it in place. But I want to break it so we don't end up filling this with Deuterium that's not getting used. I mean, it's not terribly expensive stuff, but I just prefer not to waste a ton of it like that, right? That would all be sitting down there. So my original plan was to not let that happen at all, and I would just break it right here. But you know what? I can still do that. Hey. Come here. I can do that. And then I can just feed this belt. Where is it? Not that 7 is a lot, but... Okay. We'll let that go for a while. And... do we have our fractionators yet? There we go. All 500 of them that I had no intention of getting. Whatever. Remote supply. I guess we'll take 500. Jesus. Okay, that fills the inventory. That's okay. We can go and put them back when we go back to the home world or something. So, I think that's probably it for an episode. Yeah, that's all the time we've got for this episode. But in the next one, we're going to fill this ring with fractionators so that we make sure we have as much deuterium as we could ever want here. We'll drop another tower, we'll get hydrogen on it, and we'll loop it through. We could also, if we wanted to, clear something out of this tower and use it to bring in more hydrogen or deuterium. Either or. But I think if we loop this whole section of the planet here in fractionators, we will be in good shape for deuterium. We'll just feed it into this tower, and that'll be the end of it. And it'll probably stay topped up. So, I think that's it. Remember, guys, like, subscribe, comment. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. Tell me what you'd like to see me do different. If there's something I can do to make this series more entertaining for you, say the word. I'm all ears. I'm game. We'll we'll work together to make this a better channel. All right, guys. Try not to have too much fun. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. See you in the next episode.